What's up guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Thank you as always for tuning in. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to accomplish in today's video. All I know is the drift event is now 1 month away and I'm feeling the stress. So while I don't have a ton of time today to dive into this, I do have a few days here and there over the next week or so, and I've just got to put any extra time I have into this thing so we can get it ready for that drift event. So let's jump straight into work. I'm going to start off by finishing the job we started in the last video, which is the angle kit. I got the one side done. I have to get this side done as well. And I actually totally forgot, but I bought solid steering rack bushings for this thing. So I figure while I've got the tie rods off and a few other odds and ends in the area, I might as well replace those. So I'm going to dive straight into that right now. The struggle is real. Look at this. So I was struggling to get the tie rod off. You see the bolt broke loose, totally fine. And then the tie rod would not come out. So I hammered it out. It's fine, it's loose. But now the bolt won't actually come off the tie rod because I hit it with a hammer too many times. And it's totally stuck on the tie rod. So getting the Sawzall out. Well, got the rest of the angle kit on and this front upper control arm on, so at least I can check that off the list. I'm going to skip out on those solid rack bushings just because it involves dropping the rack, which would mean undoing a lot of the work I did in the last video on the angle kit, and it's just not worth it, especially with the time frame that I have right now. So I'll tackle that some other time. It's not going to make a huge difference anyways, but at least we got the angle kit in, and these upper control arms look sweet. And we're back to working on the Z. Front upper control arms are on, angle kit is done. I do still need an alignment, but that's just some easy adjustments. But with the car up in the air, I did find another problem, and it is right down here. That's never a good sign. So dug into it a bit, found out that the clutch line or the clutch master is leaking from the bleeder. It's probably just not tight enough. Not a big deal, but the real issue is it's leaking from up here. So if you remember, this car has a remote reservoir. Actually, I already unbolted it. It's leaking from this line from the reservoir down to the master there. So when I put that line on, it was a little on the big side, and I just tried to tighten the hose clamps as much as I could. So I got a different hose. I'm gonna swap that out, fill it back up. I'm gonna have to re-bleed it and see if that fixes the leaking problem. Okay, well, I figured out the problem here. So on the reservoir here, the outlet calls for a 3/8 inch line. And if we come over to the car, the master down in there calls for a 1/2 inch line. So that's why I ended up running too big of a line, is because I went with a 1/2 inch line because that's what fit the master. Obviously it didn't fit the reservoir. So I just ordered a little like reducer fitting to go from 3/8 to 1/2 inch, or the other way around. It'll be here tomorrow. My local hardware store didn't have one, otherwise I would get this buttoned up tonight, but at least that should be the solution to the problem. I hope. All right, with the clutch leak diagnosed, at this point I'm just waiting on parts for that, but at least I kind of figured out what it is. I decided to move on to something else, and that is making a battery tie down. So this car didn't come with one. I started by cutting this bracket off. This went back here. This was part of the original battery tie down. The battery I'm running is a bit taller, so this bracket was actually too low. So I just drilled out the spot welds. You can see I've got just a piece of square tubing in here. This is just a regular J-hook that I'm just gonna drill through the tubing and run that. And then on the back side here, gonna use the riv nut tool to put a threaded hole in this like firewall area, and then just run a bolt straight through that. Should be pretty straightforward. Not sure how much you saw in that little time lapse, but just about wrapped up with the battery mount. So just a hole drilled through here, pretty easy. I cut that back part kind of at an angle and put the riv nut in there. So because of the angle of the bolt, I need to clearance the square tubing a bit more just so I can get a socket in there to tighten it down. But other than that, looks pretty good. All right, got the battery tie down all wrapped up. Definitely solid. Not a huge fan of these wing nuts, but overall, that ain't going nowhere. So we've got our 1/2 inch line and our 3/8 line. And I've got a little adapter in there you can't really see, but that's why there's 2 hose clamps. So now this will go on the master, and then this will go to the reservoir. And hopefully that'll fix our leaks. Good news, spent a little bit of time messing with the clutch and the pedal and bleeding it and all of that fun stuff, and I think it's fixed. The pedal feel is a whole lot better. I don't see anything leaking in here. So I think we're good there. I also got a few other little things done. Let me show you. So I trimmed out that shifter area, so no more hitting with the shifter. And I threw on a Yashio factory drift button. Check the parking brake out now. I also got the factory seatbelt in. I had removed it when I had all this torn apart. So my plan was to obviously put the Yashio factory harnesses in. Those things are awesome, but without a harness bar or a cage or something like that, there's really not a good way to put them in. And I didn't really want to ghetto rig it just for one event. I'd rather just save my money, save the time, because this thing's going to get caged at some point in its life. So might as well just wait a bit for that. I kind of jumped the gun getting those harnesses, but they're cool, so it's worth it. So like I said, we got the stock seat belt in, so at least I can be safe and pass tech with some kind of belt. So we should be good there. A lot of little things just getting checked off the list. So small progress is always good. Like I said, just checking little things off the list one at a time. One of them being, got the hood on. Got all these plastic things underneath here. I hit them with a little bit of back to black, so they actually look decent. And the hood latches and lines up okay, not too bad. Starting to look more and more like a real car. I still don't actually have a front bumper for this thing, so it is gonna look like that for a bit, but still progress. All right, so I spent a bit of time underneath the car getting the alignment close. So I got the angle kit and everything kind of dialed in to where it's even on both sides. Now I just have to do some finishing touches to get the alignment actually within spec, which means putting the car back on the ground. But before I do that, I want to switch out the trans mount. If you remember, this thing had a solid aluminum trans mount, and it is a pain to drive. It is so noisy, it makes it feel like the transmission's ready to explode. So I bought a polyurethane mount, so I'm going to swap that out real quick before I put this thing back on the ground. Well, that trans mount was kicking my ass. That poly mount is just a bit thicker than the factory mount, and it's really difficult to get it to line up perfect. And I'm out of time tonight. As usual, I've got a bunch of other things going on that I gotta run to, so we're gonna end it off here. I didn't get nearly as much done as I'd hoped to in this video, but again, it's all little steps in the right direction, and sometimes that's all you can do. So we're still moving forward. We're still headed in the right direction. I am getting a little anxious because the drift event is definitely approaching soon. We're in March now. It's the 2nd today. This video will probably be up a day late, knowing me, but that means the drift event is in 25 days. It's on the 27th, so I'm feeling the pressure, that's for sure. Drop it in the comments down below. Do you think I'm gonna make it? And if so, do you think the car is gonna stay together? Because I sure don't know. Anyways, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one.